And welcome back, everybody. This is Movies and Beyond. I'm Callum. That's Kyle. Kyle, how are we doing today?
Bit more energy than that, mate. Come on. I
That
thought you'd be excited for the X-Men
I am
trailer.
excited.
Oh,
Extremely so.
just your day off taking a toll, eh?
Yeah, a lot of wanking, mate. Hasn't stopped.
Ah,
So yeah, what how's your day been?
fine, yeah.
Fine. Not get up to any adventures?
No.
No. All right. Fair enough. X-Men 97. They've dropped a first trailer for it, and let me tell you, I want to go back now and watch all the old animated X-Men show. It's something I remember watching when I was younger. Definitely reruns of it because this show finished in 97. So it definitely watching reruns, being on the TV on a Saturday morning. One thing they kind of missed with this is they're releasing this on a Wednesday. They need to release episodes of this on Saturday mornings, like Saturday morning cartoons. That'd have been pretty cool. But no, we're getting it on a Wednesday, but still, this trailer was great. It took me back to being a little boy, and I loved it. Well, obviously you haven't seen the old animated X-Men show, but what did you think of the trailer?
It's pretty good. I like the animation. It's almost like a sort of, with the success of Invincible, Marvel have looked at that and gone, oh shit, people like this type of animation, and we've got one of the biggest franchises animation shows in our catalogue, and it's like, shit, we could continue this. It worked with Star Wars, the Clone Wars. So shit, why can't it work with this? Like you said, I've not seen the original show. I think I've probably seen an episode or two, like when I was little. I don't remember. For me, I grew up watching the '90s Spider-Man show. That was like my type of
Yeah.
thing I'd watch. I never really got into the X-Men. I never really got into the X-Men until like I think it was like Last Stand.
Oh, wrong time to get into the X-Men.
Yeah, I know, I know. I got the DVD gifted to me, and I watched it, and I was like, oh, I
Who
actually
give
kind
you
of like the
who
X-Men.
give you that?
I couldn't tell
I was
you.
gonna say, did they hate you?
I think an uncle. No, but they gave me Star Wars as well, Revenge of
Ah,
the
right,
Sith.
right, fair enough then.
So it was like a
Do you know sneezing's 1/8 of an orgasm?
nearly there.
So anyway, back to when you was a little boy.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, so I never really got into X-Men, but obviously I am very intrigued. I got into X-Men quite late, so I never had the chance to watch this. I never knew about this till later on, kind of thing.
Let me see when Last Stand came out. Keep going.
Yeah. Well, bear in mind, I probably got the DVD way after the film came out. I think I don't know. I think I got it like a couple months after it came out.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
remember going to the cinema to see Last Stand. 2006. When about let's see now in 2006. It came out.
Yeah. Yeah. No. So I've not really watched it the show, like I said, but I really enjoyed the Spider-Man '90s show they did, and obviously X-Men. From what I've heard, it's pretty fucking good. So I'm definitely gonna jump in and watch this. I I don't know if I'll watch the original show, well, the original set of seasons. I'm not sure. It depends how long they are. But if not, I probably will watch some key episodes and maybe watch a couple breakdowns,
Yeah. Well,
something like that.
what I want to do on the channel is leading up to Deadpool 3 coming out. I need to see how many weekends we've got in the year. Is I want to go through the Fox universe. Do reviews on that as we go as the build up gets to Deadpool and Wolverine. yeah, I'm gonna be watching this now as well. I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna watch it all because I was young when I was watching this. Like, I would probably watching this, but then at the same time playing with Legos in the corner of my room or something like that. I'm gonna sit down and watch it.
Because in the trailer it seemed like it left it on a sort of Xavier's no longer with them, with the team.
Well, like I said, I can't remember a single episode of this. I can remember moments and stuff like that, and I always remember the theme and the.
Yeah, I think I've probably had more experience with this version of the X-Men in the arcade games. Played them quite a bit.
Yeah.
When I was younger, but I never really got into the show, like I said. But I love X-Men. For all the faults in the X-Men universe, the Fox X-Men universe, I still love it. Days of Future Past, it's one of my favourite comic book films.
Days of Future Past is a masterpiece.
Yeah, I was a little disappointed. Well, I was quite disappointed with Apocalypse. It just felt like a very weird film.
Yeah.
First Class, I think I like it. I need to watch it again a couple times. I've seen it twice.
First Class is pretty fucking good as well.
Yeah, I think the only bit that I like from that is Charles and obviously Magneto.
Yeah.
Benedict Cumberbatch's Magneto.
Benedict Cumberbatch's Magneto. Michael Fassbender's Magneto.
Michael Fassbender. Sorry, I saw a thing. I was watching something about Benedict Cumberbatch and his films and stuff. Michael Fassbender. He's a really good Magneto. Obviously, he's well loved as the character. I never watched the not so great. I've heard
Dark Phoenix.
Yeah, that one. And I kind of wanted to watch it because it looks like it features him a little bit.
That's my next option to Fan 4 stick. That's my other go-to-sleep movie.
Yeah, well, I mean, speaking of go-to-sleep movies, you can add Madam Web to that, but we'll talk about that at the end.
Yeah. One thing I want to say about this as well, to me, this is kind of a little hint of where the MCU X-Men are going to go, like the direction they're going to go in. I don't think they're going to be so reliant on Wolverine. And, Scott Summers says, Cyclops, my X-Men, what does he say? My X-Men on me now or something like that. Cyclops is the leader of the X-Men. Well, when they're out on the field and stuff like that. It's his team. And the movies haven't really shown that, He's played second fiddle to Wolverine and stuff like that. And Wolverine's a cool character. And I think it's probably best for the MCU. It's like, we're not even going to try and recast Wolverine. We're going to use Hugh Jackman up to Secret Wars. And then maybe 3 X-Men films in, they can go back and it's like, the claws are here. Finally, we've got a new Wolverine. But I don't think they even want to touch that for a couple of years. Because it's too sacred. But we've already had 2 Cyclopses. We've had 2 Storms. We've had 2 Jean Greys. 2 Beasts. We've only had 1 Wolverine. So, yeah, this kind of shows me the direction the MCU want to take the live-action X-Men in the future as well. Anyway, I loved the trailer. Got me right in the feels. I felt like a little boy again, and I'm excited. But, another trailer, Kyle, that you just can't wait for this film to come out at the end of March. I heard this is your most anticipated film of the year.
Fuck off.
Godzilla X Kong Fallen Kingdom.
I just can't be fucking bothered.
Do you know what we are doing? We are gonna go absolutely shit-faced and see this.
I think that's the only way I can get through it. I just don't know if I've got it in me to watch another one of these very stupid films. Like, I love the first Godzilla. I think it's great. I can go back and watch that film whenever.
I think for you, they've taken that serious factor away, haven't they?
Yeah, they've taken that away. Another thing they've taken away, obviously, it's Gareth Edwards, the director. It's his thing, but they've taken away that scale of it as well. Like, I feel like I'm just watching, Planet of the Apes almost kind of thing. I don't get a sense of scale with any of the shots.
One thing, you've seen the pyramids in comparison, actually, so you could tell me, but one thing, they're fighting around the pyramids, and I'm thinking, nah, these guys are bigger than that. Yeah,
they're definitely bigger than the pyramids, absolutely. Yeah. Like, the pyramids are massive, don't get me wrong, but I just looked at the pyramids. I'm like, why are they like the same height as the
like
pyramid?
the same height as it, and I was like,
Yeah. I just think this movie's do you know what? It's gotten to a point now where it's like the Fast and Furious franchise. It's just
they're going to space.
Actually, no. I'll tell you what. I'd say it's starting to more resemble the Transformers universe, which is really sad because this could have been something really special and really great. They could have done like a great monsters universe, and instead they've just gone with this whole bullshit of whatever the fuck is going on. And I'm sick to death of the human stuff. I really don't care. You can cast whoever you want, but if you give them a shit role and you give them bad writing, I really don't care. Like, just give me the CGI monsters and I'll be happy with that at the very least.
That's all people want to see in it when they go in. They want to see. Which is funny, you're saying you're sick of the human stuff and you say Godzilla 2014 is one of your favourites because that's very reliant on the human stuff. But it's done well. It's done,
like, near perfectly. It's done really fucking well. It's like you're kind of down there on the ground with them. That's why I really love I know it's not the best film in the world, especially like shot-wise, how it's shot, but I love Cloverfield, the first one. Just the sense of like scale and the urgency. It's like a survival film, but with a giant monster that you have no answers to any of the questions. I love that. I love the mystery of it, and that's what Godzilla gave me in the first one. And it just kind of like this started to crumble down for me at least when Godzilla Skull Island came out. I know it's quite controversial, but
Kong.
I didn't really like that film
Kong
too
Skull
much.
Island.
I'll be honest. Yeah.
To me, Kong Skull Island, that's my favourite one.
I'd
I'd
rather
the Nam feel of it and the
I don't know. I just got a little bored, to be honest, watching
and
it.
I think that one's got the best human characters in as well. Tom Hiddleston, John C. Reilly, Brie Larson. She was great in it as well.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. It's not like I'm not saying it's a shit film. I'm just saying it's a weaker one for me at least. And when they released, obviously, the sequel to the first Godzilla, King of Monsters,
I think King of the Monsters is the worst out of all the films.
Ooh. I think I agree with you on that, actually. Yeah.
Just because I'd say, like, on a quality film level, I'd say Godzilla vs. Kong is probably the same. But the one thing King of the Monsters doesn't have is Godzilla fighting Kong. And that's what people wanted to see for years.
Yeah, that's all it really had sort of going for it. And then everything else was just, I didn't give a shit about. Again, it's the human element. Like, they just keep making it worse. And another thing as well, this is something I thought, this could maybe save, for me at least, the sort of aspect of Gareth Edwards' Godzilla film. The show, Monarch, Legacy of Monsters. I really tried to watch it. I was really excited for the show. And I just like, what the fuck are these characters? I don't like any of them.
I need to watch it. I've heard conflicting things about this. I've heard it's quite good. But I've also heard from you that it's...
Yeah, I saw the reviews and people are loving it. People are like, I can't wait for another season. But it might just be me, but I just thought there's one character in it. I forgot who she is, but she's the hacker. And she's always just fucking whining and complaining like, I don't want to be here.
Woman, Kyle? Is that why you didn't like her?
No, because she just wouldn't shut the fuck up. And the whole going back and forth, showing like different times... It was very jarring. Like, it was not done in a satisfying way for me. It just felt like, obviously it's got, I feel really bad, I'm forgetting the names now.
Kurt
Russell,
it's got the father
and son. Yeah. It's got them both in it. And,
They play the same character, don't they?
Yeah, they're playing the same character at two different times. But it just feels like they had these two... and said, fuck it, we'll make a show about them where it'll go back and forth in time, and that's what it kind of like... That's what it's set up to be, and then I don't know, it just doesn't work. It's just a load of shit, to be honest. I think that's probably like... It just got worse and worse as I sort of watched it. I just kept thinking to myself, why is this happening? What is going on? Like, why the fuck is she complaining? Why the fuck does she have to be like that? Like, and then why is he so Like, I don't get it. Like, what the fuck are these characters?
All
I
right.
tried to like it. Sorry, it's my bit of a rant there.
Yeah.
Again,
I'll ask you about this then, so we can get back on track with trailer. What do you think of Kong's Infinity Gauntlet?
fucking load of shit, mate. I'm not looking forward to this film.
I kind of am. I kind of am.
I'm not, because I have to fucking see big human faces talk about bullshit. Oh, look, there's multiple Kongs. Thank you for spitting that out. Thank you. I can see that. I'm watching it in IMAX. I can see all of them. Oh, fuck off.
Right. Let's get on to some
Let's get on to something good. This is, yeah.
Apparently we've got a Midnight Suns project in development at Marvel Studios, and the lineup they're looking at is Moon Knight, Blade, Doctor Strange, and the Punisher. Now this is quite a nice, varying, different sort of lineup. Interesting, I think you might know more about Midnight Suns than me. Who else do you think we could be expecting in this lineup? The characters that are already established we can kind of say Blade's kind of established because he had a voice role in Eternals, but who else do you think we could see in it? In fact, going off Eternals, Kit Harington's character, Black Knight, who apparently has been written out of Blade because it's going to take place in the past now, but
yeah.
Might see one of his ancestors.
I think probably we'll see an ancestor of some form, but I'm excited. I don't know too much, to be honest. I know they made a game of it, and it came out for free for like a day or something, and I thought, oh, I'll give it a go. And the game's actually really fucking good. I just didn't really like the theme of the Midnight Suns. I can't lie. But when I played the game, I was like, oh my god, this is actually pretty cool. Like, I'm really interested about this. It's kind of like a dark, mythical, magical take on the Marvel characters, and they go into, that sort of world, I guess. And I really enjoyed it. I didn't have long on the demo, but I was like, oh my god, I need to buy this game. Like, I really like it now. Not just for the gameplay, but for the Midnight Suns. And then when I heard, oh, they're thinking about doing that for the MCU, I was like, oh, that's going to be even fucking cooler, because it's going to be characters we already know and love. Well, versions of characters we already know and love. And they're going to be sort of forming up a mini team instead of having just... Because I think you agree with me when I say you'd like to see not just the Avengers team, you'd like to see other teams in the Marvel Universe. And I feel like...
We've got the Avengers. Now, we're getting the Thunderbolts as another team. And Young Avengers has been thrown around out there quite a lot. I think if they're going to do Young Avengers anything, I think they should maybe try and do a Disney Plus show. Daredevil's just been made canon, so we're not sure on which defenders are canon in the MCU, and what's, if that team's a thing or not. Midnight Suns, great addition. Can we just say what it is, though? This is going to just be R-rated Avengers, isn't it?
It needs to be, I think. I think it really needs to be. And do you know what? Do you know who I would like to... I know I've spoke about this before, but do you know who I'd actually like to take the helm of this? I'd like this person to be, like, even just the overseeing part of this. Kind of like how James Gunn was going to be the overseeing part of the space, dynamic in the MCU. Sam Raimi.
Well, I did not think I'd hear that coming from your mouth. But do you know what? You might not agree, I'd even like to see him direct it.
Direct it or just oversee it. I'm fine with either of that. Because that's his style. Like, when it boils down to it, that's kind of his style. Obviously, I enjoyed Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, but I didn't love it. And I was a little let down.
Yeah.
Obviously, I love the Sam Raimi Spider-Man trilogy. I mean, pretty much everyone does. But this is something I feel like he can do.
Yeah. The one that just throws me off all the time, it's like, oh, nice. Moon Knight, Blade, Doctor Strange, I can kind of see them working together. Punisher? It's like, alright, what would get Frank Castle involved in this? Like, what threats do the Midnight Suns even face? Is it magical? Is it... Because that kind of sounds like what it is.
Bunch of dead people.
But, you know, could they go to the Marvel Zombies universe and just absolutely tear ass?
See, one thing I'll say, though, obviously, just going back to Sam Raimi a second, the one issue I have with it, though, is Sam Raimi isn't good at doing multiple big main stars in stuff. I'll be honest. Like, he obviously did Wanda pretty good. Obviously, he did Doctor Strange pretty good. Mary Jane, Harry, obviously Osborn and stuff like that. Don't get me wrong, they're all great. That was all done great, but they were side characters. These guys need to be the main cast, the main guys in the entire film or show or whatever they decide to do.
And you know what? It's funny that this pops up now because Oscar Isaac was doing some interviews lately, and he said the next thing he wants to see Moon Knight pop up in is Midnight Suns. So
hopefully it's real. Hopefully we do get the Midnight Suns, and hopefully it's done well.
This might be a while out yet, though, and I want to see Oscar Isaac as Moon Knight sooner rather than later. Because we've got Blade to come out first. We've got an introduction of Punisher to happen in Born Again. Don't know yet if he's going to get his own show. I'd say no. I like the Punisher show. I do. I like it a lot. And everyone's like, that man needs a show after his appearance in Daredevil. I think it's better. Let's keep them together. Daredevil and Punisher. Keep him as a supporting character in that show. And I'd even say a supporting character in the MCU, which sounds bad and it sounds like it's downgrading his role, but I just like it when Frank shows up and fucks shit up. But yeah.
I mean, I liked the first season, and I thought the second season was okay. It was passable. But, yeah, I get what you mean. He's just a badass.
Like I said, I really like the Punisher show, but nothing topped his dynamic he had with Matt Murdock. Like, even a little bit in the courtroom, where he says to him, "May I call you Frank?" And he looks at me, he's like, "I know who you fucking are. I know who you are."
Do you know what? You just remind me of that meme where obviously he's spouting out. He's like, "I'll do it again.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll happily do it again." And then I sent you that meme where it's a picture of him in the courthouse, and he's like, with that face. He just says, "What a load of barnacles." Just thought that was hilarious.
One question I do want to throw to you is, what are the chances that Doctor Strange 3 gets changed into Midnight Suns?
Pretty high.
And maybe Doctor Strange goes around recruiting heroes to help him with incursions, and then maybe they get into the film, it's like, why did you recruit us guys? And then he reveals something that's like, you guys were inconsequential to your timeline, so I could take you. And then they're all like feeling down and useless, and like sad music plays, and they're all like drinking in a bar, like, oh man, this sucks, we're so useless. And then Doctor Strange comes back in and he smashes the thing that's got the bomb in their head, and he goes, "You can go if you want." No, I'm kidding. That's
that's a really good setup though. I quite like that.
Well, yeah,
he's just because that's kind of his Doctor Strange's thing. Like he did it in No Way Home, where it's like it doesn't. If these guys die, it's part of it.
I think we're forgetting. Like, I don't want to say Doctor Strange is a bad person, but he's definitely he's morally grey.
Yeah, he's quite cold.
He is the person who's willing to make the hard choices. He made the choice of Iron Man dying. That was his choice.
Yeah.
He set them events forward. And Natasha dying as well. I'm not saying, he didn't pull the trigger, but Doctor Strange technically killed him. Yeah, to save countless other lives, and that is the decision he weighs up in his head. So maybe Doctor Strange 3 is Doctor Strange Midnight Suns. And it's like, right, I need some help. And it's like, oh, who's not going to affect the timeline that much? Frank Castle, which is weird because he'd probably kill a lot of people. Blade and Moon Knight. I'm just theorising here. You'll probably tell me how consequential they are to the timeline and what they've done in the comics and stuff like that down below. But it's just an idea. Just an idea.
I think it'd be pretty cool just to create our own cinematic universe.
And
we should do a video.
Yeah. And they've not been chosen for their skill set. It's just, just because they're good at what they do, and I'll get by with these guys. And if they die, it doesn't matter.
We should do our own little lineup video of the movies we'd like to see in the projects and what would happen.
Yeah,
and that'd be a pretty cool video actually. Just have like a timeline underneath us and drag them in.
And now comes the Wanda Maximoff porno.
Okay.
You don't want to see that?
I didn't want to see Madam Web.
And that's what we're talking about next. Madam Web. We can't review Madam Web. We're sorry. We can't do a review. We walked out.
We can only talk. We're only saying from what we've seen, and we are not basing our opinions on what other people have said.
So don't take this as a full review, because I wouldn't want to sell it to you guys. Right away, I'm just gonna tell you, we walked out about 45 minutes in, possibly, if I got the timing right, accounting for IMAX trailers, which are usually quite short, and that's why I like going to the IMAX showings as well. They don't play pointless adverts. It's just to play like 5 movie trailers, 5 or 10 movie trailers, and then boom, you're in watching the film. But wow. I think we walked out and I said to Kyle, that was awful. That was awful. That was awful. Non-stop for about 5 minutes. And from what we saw, ladies and gentlemen, I can tell you, Madam Web is awful. And we've been on the channel, especially me, not so much Kyle. I said, we'll wait until we've seen it. We'll wait until we've seen it, and then, then we can judge it. We saw 45 minutes of it. I think I've seen enough. And do you know what? I've never done that. I've never walked out of a film. Because there's usually something there. It's like, no, I want to see where this goes. I want to see where this goes. I was just bored. And that's his biggest sin.
Yeah, I was just sick and tired of it. It was painful to watch, especially in the IMAX cinema, because the IMAX cinema has the biggest screen, and you go to IMAX because you want the biggest sound, the best sound, the biggest screen.
Yeah,
this
film was empty, by the way, and we were just on Valentine's Day, just us two in the middle in the best seats, just like. Yeah, as I leaned over, I says, this film's got 10 more minutes to grip me, and if it don't, we're going.
Yep, and going on to the IMAX thing here, because I heard, before I saw the film, I heard it had sort of like mediocre or very odd editing, and
the editing was
it's not wrong. Like I said, we went to go see this in IMAX, and fuck me, I wish I didn't. Can you ever say that about a film? I don't think you can. I would have rather have seen this in the smaller screen, not because I would have paid less money, but because, fuck me, the annoying screeching sounds that played every 2 seconds every time something happened with her. Yeah, I was just like, I'm going fucking deaf. Like, it's not a nice sound to hear. It's just constant screeching.
And that's it. And the difference is, we come out of something like Avengers Infinity War, and once we saw it for like the 20th time in the cinema, and then we're speaking to each other, then we're picking up on it's like, how good is the sound in that film? How good was the sound design in that film? Oh my, it was awful in this. It was awful. It was awful.
The editing was just not good. I mean, I tried to pick out little things that I kind of liked, but there's nothing really there. I liked one joke at the baby shower. Yeah. If you can call it a joke. I think it was like unintentionally like that, because we have such a weird sense of humour. We thought it was funny. And yeah, I liked the spider tribal people. I thought, oh, that looks kind of cool. And we never see him again. Well,
We might.
We might, but I thought they looked pretty cool. I guess it was a cool design choice, at least for that. You know, maybe it's like a universe where Spider-Man doesn't exist, but these tribal people exist. Spider tribal people. And then something that you said to me as well. How long do spiders actually live in this universe? Like,
where is my spider?
Yeah.
They took my spider. Give me my spider.
It was not good. Like, I know we give a lot of shit to Morbius as well. This is like internet wide, but
do you know what, Morbius? You could meme it. Like
we were
looking at each other just laughing.
Yeah,
we were just this was the look we were doing. We were at cinema, we were just going. That's what we were doing.
Yeah, it was just like I just don't know what to say. I was hoping this would be at the very least okay, you know, but
yeah,
fucking hell, what the hell was I watching?
And do you know what? I think
there's one scene as well. I told you this, Callum, is one of the Spider Girl or Spider Women or whatever, because I Google searched this. Two of them are Spider Women and one of them Spider Girl.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
Yeah, one of them's Spider Girl, and yeah.
So there's a bit anyways where you see one of them and she's kind of like stood like that, and then she goes down into a spider pose, and then she stands right back up and then does another pose, all in one shot, and I'm like, what the fuck? What is she doing? Like, what is going on?
Just get comfy here.
Yeah, I just didn't understand what the hell was going on. It could have been a really cool moment to see them on screen, but the costumes look pretty half-arsed, and the action, if you want to call it that,
costume here,
that
could have looked so much better with just one simple fix, just the white eyes going over it.
Well, I think it looks weird with the black underline there. I just, honest to God, like the top, like literally, they look like something from that. Oh, what's that film with the really horrible CGI? Spy Kids or something like that. Yeah. Then, so the one on the right and left, they look like they're from like a Spy Kids film, and then Sydney Sweeney with the mask looks like she's part of like some sort of sex tribe thing. Just, you know, one of those.
Well, I wish I knew that. I'd have stayed.
No, she looks like she's part of like a leather fucking
BDSM club.
Fetish. Yeah.
Nice.
That's what it looks like. Again, it could have helped having the white eyes, definitely, but Jesus Christ, this
film. See me for 20 minutes, I'll make them eyes white. Oh God.
But yeah, if you're planning on going seeing, I said this, Colin, we should warn people at least. If you're planning on seeing Madam Web this weekend, why?
Yeah.
just wait 2 weeks.
Go see the Bob Marley film. That's out. We might We might watch that this weekend.
I'm actually up for that.
Yeah.
It looks like a fun time.
Let's do it. We'll do it. We'll do it.
I'm down for that. Yeah. But yeah, I'm really disappointed, and I was thinking to myself because we grabbed a pint afterwards.
Yeah, we just walked out and got a pint. We're just like, fuck that.
Yeah. So I was just thinking to myself, if Sony keeps this up, it's going to really start to damage the Marvel brand for even the MCU.
Yeah,
and they need to stop.
That is my only fear with this. It's like, oh no, like Dakota Johnson, she thought she would just join in Marvel. She's the star of the film. So people who are big fucking nerds like us, who think, oh, Marvel is Marvel and Superman and Spider-Man are best friends. So they don't know the difference. And I'm not saying the audience is dumb. It's just, what I'm saying is the general going movie audience don't care. If they cared, they'd probably learn more about it, but they shouldn't have to care. You know, to them, Marvel, you know, it's gone from here to, I'd probably say, about here at the moment, Marvel. But usually a trusted brand, which people see that and they think, that could be good, I'm going to see it because it's Marvel. And all Sony are doing is damaging the Marvel brand. That's all they're doing.
I'm really surprised there wasn't any sort of tease of Venom in this film.
Yeah.
Just because they love to shoehorn in Venom with obviously the success of the Venom films and obviously Venom in the Spider-Man 2 game as well, which just came out a couple of months ago.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
right.
It got to a point, guys, where we just had enough and we walked out. We tried to sit in and watch it, but I was working the next day today. I just wanted to go home and play a game and relax. I did not want to waste any more of my time on this.
Our plan was go see Madam Web, go home, do the review, play some Helldivers, and then it was like the Fantastic Four news came out, so it's like we walked out with Madam Web halfway through, so it was like I would rather go home and talk about the Fantastic Four and kind of brighten up my day a bit. But yeah, I think this will be the last time we talk about Madam Web. We're not going to go on about it for weeks and weeks and weeks. We will probably talk about the box office come Monday. Just so we can compare it with other films and its impact. So yeah, we like to talk about box office around here, so we'll probably talk about that. But after that, we won't be bringing this film up. It's not even. Yeah, I didn't even want to put it into this show. Like, I forgot completely about it, and I was like, oh yeah, that.
This is one film where it's like if because we said if we hit 100 subs before the end of the year, which unfortunately we didn't, we just missed it, but we'd watch Morbius. I'd rather watch that.
I'd rather watch Morbius
than this.
Yeah.
Like, this is just painful to watch. It's like everything about it's so jarring, and yeah.
Yeah. Are you getting that Morbius hot toy?
I'm definitely not getting that Madam Web one, if they do one.
Right. Thanks for watching, guys. I think that'll do us for today. Remember, like the video, subscribe to the channel, share the video, show us to your mother, all that fun stuff. Yeah, Kyle, anything you want to add before we go?
Let us know your thoughts on Madam Web.
Yeah,
if you saw it.
If you saw Madam Web, let us know what you thought about it.
Yeah, because we
let us know the ending. I want to know how it ends.
Yeah. Yeah, comment down below. We won't reply because we just don't care.
Yeah, unless you call me fat and I get all upset about it and I reply. But, yeah.
You got really upset last time.
Yeah, I did. I'm not. It's just pure muscle. Right, anyway. See you later, guys.